ESPN's latest mock draft for the Cincinnati Bengals. Full 7-round mock draft, which is kind of interesting because normally we don't get this. Like 7-round mock drafts, normally everyone just likes to give like their first round pick. But I think now that we are like within 3 weeks of the actual NFL draft, you know, it's better late than never, right? To throw out some actual full-on 7-round mock drafts. So first pick they have us going with is actually Gray Zabel. The guy that we've talked about before, but he's not a guy that a lot of people are saying we're going to take in the first round. Now, Gray Zabel, if you don't know who he is, he's pretty much like a Cody Ford Swiss Army knife. And I'm not saying that as like a negative thing. He can pretty much play any offensive line position. Obviously guard is his position, but he could pretty much be put anywhere. He's actually a really good asset, especially when it comes to this upcoming draft. He's really freaking good. Now, I would love to personally get him in the second round. I don't think he drops to the second round. I think he probably does go later on at the end of the first round. So pick 17, would that be, you know, reaching for him? It really depends. I mean, if they value him high enough, no, obviously. But for the most part, they could probably trade back and get him. But anywhere from like pick 24 to 30, I think he'll definitely go. So if you do trade back, you got to be smart with it. But again, you know, it's always possible that he goes way earlier than that. Remember when we thought Darnell Wright was going to go like at our pick, the Myles Murphy year? We thought we were going to get Darnell Wright 2 years ago. He ends up going pick 11. You know, we thought he was going to be available at pick 28. He goes pick 11. So you never know with this kind of stuff. Second round, they have us going cornerback from Florida State. Okay. Not against the idea of going secondary a lot in this draft. We need safety. We need corner. We definitely need defensive lineman. We need edge rusher. Third round pick is going to be a edge rusher from South Carolina. Okay, so guard to protect Joe Burrow. I do like that. Cornerback and then edge rusher. So getting that defense going. And then they have us taking another corner, a D tackle, and a safety. So they're going heavy on defense. And I think most people who do our mock drafts here really should be focusing on defense, right? Because I think as a whole, we're going to be very upset if the Bengals don't focus on defense in this upcoming draft. Yes, there is offensive positions they need to target, like, again, guards, right? You need to protect Joe Burrow. But, and also there might be a tight end in there if they get extra picks, you know, for foreseeable future. But for the most part, outside of that, you're taking defense, maybe trading down to take more defense. I mean, you look at last year, it ain't crazy to say if we had an average defense, we would have won the Super Bowl. Okay, so anything you can do right now to add to that defense, the better. The more assets you can give Al Golden, the better. But again, I do want to also preface the fact that we are also getting Dax Hill back, who was out last season. We're getting Logan Wilson back, who was also out last season. We're getting DJ Turner back, who was out last season. So there are some guys that, again, our defense did suck last year, don't get me wrong, but there was some guys who went down for the season, and when you lose those guys, it definitely does not help. Cam Sample went down for the season early. Chris Jenkins was hurt early on. McKinley Jackson got hurt early on. So injuries definitely do not help, but as much backup and depth pieces that we can get, always a great thing. Now, taking 2 cornerbacks can be really interesting. Because right now, our biggest issue, I would say, for our secondary is safety. I think safety is our biggest problem right now. Obviously, we got Geno Smith on one side, Jordan Battle on the other side. But behind that is Tyson Anderson and Anthony. And that's it. So safety is definitely something I would love to see more targeted. Obviously, in this draft, they do take a safety with the last pick in the 6th round. but I would not mind taking safety way before that. Cornerback is great. And don't get me wrong, you know, there's still a chance we bring back Mike Hilton, kind of utilize him like a Trey Flowers-esque where he just covers tight ends. I'll have to wait and see on that one. But I would definitely like to go safety and maybe use, instead of going 2 corners, maybe go another defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman for instead of a second corner. Again, like I'm wrong, corner is still important, but looking at our team, I'm pretty set with our corners right now, especially if you bring back Mike Hilton as, again, like I said, that Trey Flowers S-type design. But I think DJ Turner's going to get better. Fig Newton's going to get way better this year. Dax Hill's going to be amazing in the slot. Cam Taylor-Britt, I think, will be better in Al Golden's defense. So I do have a lot of faith that our guys are going to get better and better. Really, our biggest issue with our secondary, other than injuries last year, was really just how young they were. And this is another year of them getting older, another year of them, you know, kind of all playing together in that communication scheme. So I still want to take a corner, but I would probably limit that to 1, given the fact we're going to have 6 picks, and maybe use a safety earlier in the draft. Or you could take 2 corners, just take the corner at the last pick. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.